What's up, guys? Brian back to talk about Fear the Walking Dead and producers discussing the mythology bombshell that may or may not have occurred in last night's episode of Fear the Walking Dead. Spoilers ahead if you don't want to know, or you didn't watch the show, or you don't want to know anything about that, but there is, possibly could be, how they changed the Walking Dead universe from last night's episode. Look at the spoilers. If you don't want to know, like I said, don't keep watching. It's a comicbook.com article. There's the link there. We'll put it in the description as well if you want to read more about it. They got some good stuff on there too, but here we go. Alejandro, the pharmacist and acting doctor of the Tijuana community, was revealed to have allegedly been bitten by an infected and not turned into a walker. Not only did Alejandro make the claim, but Luciana backs up the story and moments later in the episode revealed an intense scarring on Alejandro's shoulder. It was his left shoulder, his left upper trap muscle on there too, had a bite on it. Or what looked like a depression on there, like his muscle was gone, like he was bit there too. But he's clearly functioning as a regular human being on there too. So what's up with that? We just don't know. But they kind of let the groundwork to say there is maybe an immunity. Is there a cure? Is there something with that? But that community is a little crazy where they are sacrificing people. If you didn't notice, they just killed that guy for no reason at the beginning of the episode. He wasn't bit or did anything like that too, so I didn't get that feeling of it. But given how dedicated fans of anything Walking Dead related are, and have been for years, altering the mythology of the world they've come to know has to be handled extremely delicately. Introducing a character in the spin-off series nonetheless, who has immunity compared to that of Eli from The Last of Us, would mean that everything Rick Grimes' group has come to know could be altered. Fear the Walking Dead producer Dave Erickson is aware of the pressure while diving into such a storyline. So, if that's true, this show is worth watching, especially later on in Season 2 and into Season 3. So, I believe it was renewed for Season 3, but that could be a game changer right there too. So, if someone has immunity, that might come around and be into the big storyline of the universe there too. So, they continue to say he already had this admiration and his following and people who gravitated towards him as a community leader, Erickson says of Alejandro. The story of the bite is something that has galvanized his community and really drawn them to much closer because they believe there's something, to say the least, something special about him. Yeah, there's a very specific storyline that's going to play out and has a lot to do with questions of faith and questions of trust, and specifically Nick's relationship with his new father figure. So you could see Nick kind of had a different approach to it, as the world needs hope. When he gave the cookie or the candy bar, or whatever you want to call that thing, to the little girl, which was a nice, sweet moment, it was a thing where they were going against that. They're all about death kind of in that community, which is kind of weird. But notice while Erickson, he's the producer, discussed what the bite would mean for the show's mythology, he said nothing about Alejandro actually being immune or introducing a cure of the infection in the world of The Walking Dead. Nick's looking for a father figure, just to an extent, Erickson says. The bite and the sort of cultured personality that's risen around the bite is something that Nick is honestly a little bit skeptical of. I think he isn't somebody who trusts immediately. He's not somebody who is going to embrace. He doesn't take things at face value. So that's true. So there's going to be more of that storyline between Nick and there too, as it should, because that's a good way to draw viewers into it. And they have to do something with that. And it needs to be big because the show is bleeding viewers. Touching on Luciana's backing up Alejandro's story, Erickson says it is tied up in their relationship. That tells us nothing. It is really a question for her specifically of blind faith and devotion and trust in your leaders in what they represent, he says. That's something that Nick has to slowly wrap his brain around or not. That's my long-winded way of saying yes, it's going to be answered, but it's going to take a little bit of time. So it's going to be answered, and I kind of hope it's not some bullshit answer with it there too. So this is kind of a game changer for the show if it's done right. The show is turning a tide there with that episode. I believe that was Season 2, Episode 9. So we got 4 more episodes. I believe there's 13 in this season of Episode 2, or Season 2. So you think there's going to be a cure? Do you think they're going to do that? Do you think other people are immune? I mean, if this is a genetic problem, or a theory of evolution, why we're turning into walkers when we die, what's going on with that too? So if you're immune to zombie virus, does biting someone make them immune too? So that's just a dumb question. But ultimately, we'll see how it plays out. Michaela Maroney, not impressed. Just had to throw it in there. What do you think? Are you impressed? Do you think that's a good storyline? Do you think they're going to find the cure? Are there going to be other people immune? Do they going to play the immunity card on the show? Yes or no? But Sheriff Rick, ice cream. So what if Rick's immune? That's coming up in debate in a lot of different channels. But there we go, guys. Thank you for watching. You are awesome. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Subscribe for more videos. We can't do without you. Let's keep this channel growing. You guys are awesome. Post any topics that you want to talk about. Yeah, what do you think about the topics here and the questions? You guys are awesome.